What's up, and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 210. We're here, I guess. Hi, Wonder. I don't know what I'm doing.
Hi. He's trying to die.
Yeah, I do not feel good.
Yeah. Apparently, him and my girlfriend picked up a bug from the bar. It's only a matter of time before it smacks me in the face, too.
Yeah, your mic's a little quiet today.
I wonder if it's been bumped.
Maybe. I don't know.
Better?
Yeah.
Maybe your head's all stuffed up and it just, you don't
No,
hear it well.
because my voice sounded the same. I was looking at the levels on the thing. I wasn't just listening to you.
Oh, okay. Well, I moved the mic a little closer. Hopefully
Yeah,
that helps.
should be a little better. Looks a little better than it was. Hopefully they could hear you over the music, but I genuinely don't know.
I'll never say anything worthwhile anyway, so.
That's tough, but might be true. So NBA All-Star Weekend happened.
Oh, yeah.
And they did this thing. I can't tell you who the chick was. Hold on. Steph versus Sabrina. I don't watch the WNBA. Sabrina, I don't know how to say her last name. I'm not gonna lie. But she is one of the best shooters in the WNBA. They did the regular 3-point contest, and then they did Steph versus Sabrina, a 3-point contest between the two.
Mm-hmm.
And originally it was going to be like Steph shooting NBA threes versus Sabrina shooting WNBA threes on a WNBA hoop with a WNBA ball.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up actually just shooting NBA threes on an NBA hoop, but with a WNBA ball. And people were still trying to pretend like that was an advantage. Like, why didn't they give Steph a WNBA ball? Because that would have been a disadvantage for Steph, because he's not used to that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Just like making her choosing to do the NBA line and the NBA hoop was like, that's all you needed to know. That she's like, no, I'm here for this. Let's cook.
Right. I was about to say, I think if anybody had a disadvantage, it would be her because she's shooting from farther than she's used to. So.
But yeah, Sabrina, I don't know. Her last name is Ionescu. Ionescu? I don't know. I don't know who she is. But she, the 3-point contest happened. Damian Lillard won by scoring a total of 26 points.
Mm-hmm.
Steph versus Sabrina started. She scored 26 points.
Mm-hmm.
Steph scored 29, which means technically she would be the second best shooter in the world. She could beat every man except the GOAT.
That's nuts.
And fucking Kenny the Jet Smith doing the call on TNT ruined the moment. Yeah, Steph beat her at the end, whatever. But ruins the moment by just saying she should have taken the WNBA 3-point line instead of the other one. It's like, nah, you're ruining the moment. This is way more incredible because of the way she chose to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's like, fuck it. I can compete. She wanted to put herself at a disadvantage so that way she could show the world how good she really is.
Yeah, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's nuts.
Yeah, it was sick. Oh, fuck.
I would have gotten this done sooner, this podcast. Or at least contacted you sooner, but I was in the middle of testing, so.
What were you testing?
I'm gonna be taking my taking a 3-day class for my red card for the fire department.
Oh.
So basically it like doubles my pay if I end up on a federal fire this summer or something.
Oh.
Yeah, so instead of $25 an hour, I'd like to get paid $50 an hour. That'd be cool. I don't know if that's how much it is, but it's up there.
Bro thinks he's a fireman.
Well, I passed my 2 online certification training deals that I had to do before I even qualified for the 3-day course. And then at the end of the 3-day course, you have an arduous pack test where they throw 45 pounds on your back and you have to walk 3 miles in 45 minutes or something like that.
Oof.
which I do that in the mountains with my 60 to 80 pound pack, so I think I'll be all right. My girlfriend actually has to take the same stuff because she's going to be working for like a forestry deal, which does like firefighting if there's a fire.
Hmm.
So she has to take the arduous pack test also, and she's really nervous about whether or not she's going to be able to pass it. So I just told her, well, just start going to the gym, 3, 4 times a week or something, and just walking 5 miles at an incline or something, and I mean, I think you'll be just fine. Because basically, you just kind of do it you just walk 3 miles at a fast pace with 45 pounds on your back. 45 pounds isn't that far off from how much pads, if you're in full pads for football and stuff, how much that weighs,
Yeah.
because that's probably like 30 pounds, I'm guessing, at least. So, I don't know. Could be interesting. Be cool to have a red card. It's kind of funny because I'll technically have a red card before I actually become a full member of the fire department. Which, after last Tuesday's meeting, I found out that used to be a requirement. You had to have your red card before you could even attempt to join the fire department. But because it's a volunteer thing, they couldn't get enough people to want to do it or want to do the classes, and so they dropped that requirement for volunteer firefighting, which is
Weird.
interesting because really to get your red cards is not that hard. The only thing that sucks is it's only offered like once or twice a year, and you have to go, you know, way over to Gillette, Wyoming, or you can do it, or there's only one that's like locally around here, which is close enough. I'm not going to state where it's at. But the rival of our school, the rival town,
Huh.
you should know.
Ah, Twitter hurts my soul. Somebody just posted a receipt from where they work, where they got tipped. The bill was $128.89. They got tipped $1,000. Under the total where he wrote out, $1,128.89. So, it was for serious.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it just says.
Get it out.
It says, "Beautiful nipples, princess. Call me." He wrote his number. And then for the signature, instead of actually signing his name, it just says, "The master at gentleman." I don't. I don't know how to react to this.
I mean, thanks for the tip, you creep.
Yeah, right? Like, yo, appreciate the $1,000, but like, I hope I never see you again.
Right? So, I went up to there's a new gambling place in the town to the east of us.
Okay.
So you remember the fancy restaurant that used to be up on the hill?
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, so we went there and we tried the food, and the food was pretty good. It took us a long time to get it, but it was really good. And then we did some gambling, and I probably spent about 30 minutes total gambling, and I hit about $800 and called it a night.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a guy there that actually ended up being a water customer of mine for my job.
Nice.
And he had been pumping money into that machine apparently all
Oh,
night long.
no.
And he got up, gave up on the machine, and I sat down and hit $800 on it, and he was pissed. He's like, "Bro, I've been putting money in there all day long." And I was like, "Well, thanks for the donation." He's like, "I expect an extra half a foot of water this year." And I was like, "Well, I'll see what I can do."
That's not how this works, but all right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It was funny though.
So I think there's a lot of people on Twitter who have never experienced being outside. So there's this post talking about in May 2019, this lady, Amanda Eller, was lost for 17 days in the forests of Maui after a 3-mile hike turned into a harrowing ordeal. She set out on foot without a cell phone, food, or water because she only planned to be out for a short jaunt. You're doing a 3-mile hike without water. You're a fucking psychopath.
I
Oh
know,
my
right?
God.
Yeah.
After venturing off the trail, she wasn't able to find her way back. She suffered from severe sunburn, leg injuries, and the loss of her shoes, but survived by eating berries, drinking stream water, and sleeping among leaves. After more than 2 weeks, a rescue helicopter spotted her atop a waterfall. And I just keep seeing people. Here's what I don't understand. 17 days? Maui's not that big. 80 miles on the longest path. Just like walk downhill and you're on a beach from somewhere. I don't think you've ever been lost in a forest, man.
I was about to say
You can get lost in 20 feet of forest. People get lost in their fucking cornfields all the time.
Yeah, which is funny because there's rows. You just follow a row.
Yeah, but it's still fucked up. It's always fucked up.
Yeah. But yeah, like that's also like a very marshy, dense forest. I mean, I don't know if everybody forgot about how the wildfires happened. There's a reason why it did that. It's because it's so densely overgrown. And it happened to be dry that year. And, imagine walking into that dense forestry and then not recognizing where you're at. You can run in circles for days.
And you'd never know unless you're marking it.
Right. You feel like you're going in a straight line. This person has minimal materials. It's not like she has like electrical tape or something like that where she could tape and, be able to make sure she's going in a straight line, because when it's thick like that, you're zigging and you're zagging, and next thing you know, all right, I've seen that tree before, you've gone in a complete circle after.
And then you try to like go the other way and you end up just walking in a different circle. Yeah. Like, dude, it is real easy to get real fucked up in the woods, man. It really is. All the people who are like, it doesn't make sense, have never been in the woods.
I've gotten lost in a place that doesn't even have any trees. It's just mountains.
Yeah.
The trees all burned down, but I still got lost. Now, granted, it was mostly dark, but still ended up lost. And then I was on the side of a mountain in this nasty, overgrown, shrubby stuff, and that sucked because I had to drag my dad through that stuff. And yeah, I was upset because it was like, man, I could have swore that's where I needed to turn off the trail, and it was definitely not. I actually missed it by quite a ways. But now, I've been up there enough that I don't miss things like that. But I also have, that was before I had the Onyx, which is an app that you can buy throughout the United States. For each one of your states, they have Onyx, and it's through the Game and Fish. You have to make a one-time payment, and you have it, and it's such a handy tool because it doesn't matter if you have service or not. It goes off a radar, and it tells you where you're at, and you can actually track where you've gone, and follow that trail back. That you just have to have your phone, or you can have it on GPS or whatever mobile device you have access to. Very handy app.
Yeah. People are just, a lot of people are just like, they just don't get it. And that's why I want to go push them into a forest.
Right. Well, and I get, how, ignorant people can be, especially since for people who have never left the city.
Right.
They just live in a city, so it's like, well, how do you get lost,
It is funny watching me and Wonder operate in the city. If he took me to the woods, I'd still be able to figure it out, but I'd be slow as shit. Take him into a city, and he's slow as shit, and he's like holding my arm, like, where you going? Wait.
It's more, not so much as, I would figure it out eventually, but it's just, I don't like people, and I don't like asking for directions. I hate that.
Me too.
because I don't like talking to strangers. So
So I like to know where the fuck I'm going. Google's very helpful.
Right. I have a phone, I'll be fine. If I didn't have a phone, it might be a little more challenging, but I know street names, kinda, right? They're on streets.
Yeah,
That's the one I'm supposed to be on, right?
streets
'Cause
do have
everything in the
names.
city's different, right?
Oh God. No, dude, because you go off Main Street and in both directions you got First Street on both sides. It's like you got First Street East and First Street West. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, and the first street is 12 miles long.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, well, if I go one way, it should eventually get to where I need to go.
Yeah, no.
I went the wrong way.
Yeah.
I needed to go west.
I agree. Cody Rhodes is a heel. He's just... I'm sorry, you cannot tell me you're a good guy with that fucking tattoo of your own logo on your neck, you freak. You narcissistic little piece of trash. Getting your own logo tattooed on you, that's some next level narcissism, dog. It's incredible.
So when are you going to get your logo tattooed on your arm?
I'm not gonna.
Because your logo changes, technically.
All the time.
Yeah.
He can never change his because it's just on his body forever.
Well, he can change it and then get that logo, too.
Oh, good God. Just fill
He
his
says a
fucking neck with logos. Awful. Just the worst.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Have you been seeing that game, Helldivers, on TikTok a lot?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, that's all I see. And I bought it. I've been playing it a little bit.
Bros buying things. Oh my God, dude.
It's fun. It's definitely funner if you have friends to play it with.
Oh, I'm sure. As are most games. So I was WWE 2K19, right? That's a 5-year-old game at this point.
Right.
Do you remember back in the day Daniel Bryan's yes movement where he'd be doing the thing and doing the pump his arms up and down, saying yes, and the whole crowd would join in? In the game, they made the crowd do that when he's coming down into the ring and doing the yes chant. The crowd would join in. Jey Uso has a thing he does now that tries to get the crowd hyped. In WWE 2K24, the crowd doesn't react at all, so he's just doing the thing and the crowd just stands there. Bro, come on. Just care a little bit about your games.
Right.
Just a little. Just a little. I'm like, one of the reasons I'm so excited for the college football game is because they've changed it and it's its own thing. So this one will be good. Any college football game that comes after it will not be. But I'm so down for this first one.
Right. Yeah, because they got to make a bang.
They have to. It's been 11 years since the last one. It's got to bang.
Yep. I'm excited for it, too. I know I'm going to have to buy it. Yeah. Don't die.
Oh, fuck, dude.
I know you're trying your best, but don't do it.
But I want to, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Don't we all?
Oh, so I finally, yesterday, watched a film on all the court. Good God. You know how you get those red dots on your camera like I used to get?
I see them.
It's bad today. Oh, my God.
They're just all, and then sometimes they just won't be there. It's weird. I don't know why.
It's wild. You cannot see it on, because most of them are like not where your camera's positioned with how we have the pod set now. So yeah, nobody can see what the fuck I'm talking about. There's a couple, but it's not as bad.
And I can see 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh,
5,
dude, you're gonna be counting a while.
10, 11, 12.
God damn it!
12 at least.
What was I gonna say? What was I talking about?
I don't know. Football.
Oh yeah, so I watched film on the quarterbacks. People are not gonna like what I have to say about this quarterback class at all. It's supposedly like one of the strongest quarterback classes ever. Uh I think two of the guys that are getting projected to go like in the top 10 / in the first round probably shouldn't even go on day 2. Um,
Oof.
I do not. There's a lot wrong.
Huh?
Yeah, no. Like Caleb Williams and Drake May are cool. Jaden Daniels is fun. Um, just let me put it this way. My top 4 guys who I haven't revealed who they are yet, but my player comps for them are Kyler Murray, Justin Herbert, Kirk Cousins, and Robert Griffin III. That's who I see watching them play. Now, obviously one of those guys is Caleb Williams, and so he's better than the guy I've comped him to, but that just my comps are entirely based off of like as I watched them play, this dude just looks like Kyler Murray. Just he plays the exact same style. You can be better or worse,
right?
But you just look like it.
The play style's the same. It just he's better. He's
right?
More athletic.
Yeah. He does things differently and better and whatever.
Right. It's like Josh Allen looking like Cam Newton.
Right. Yep. Which was my comp for Josh Allen coming out of college. I was like, dude, it's just Cam Newton.
Yep.
Just at the time, I was like, it's just not as good Cam Newton, because in college, Cam was, him.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was him his first year as a rookie. He's still, CJ Stroud finally was the guy to break Cam's record for most passing yards in a game as a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
It took, 13 years for somebody to do it? Like, Cam was him. And then his shoulder exploded, and then Cam wasn't anymore.
Yeah, and then everything else exploded. And...
Yeah.
Yeah, poor Cam.
Oh, man. I get it. So, the Vikings have told Kirk Cousins, apparently, that they're not willing to give him, like, fully guaranteed money.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you're 37 coming off an Achilles. Like, we're not guaranteeing you shit.
Yep. Oh, it's almost like they learned something from Aaron Rodgers.
And they're also, this one I don't love as much, but they're not wanting to offer fully guaranteed money to Justin Jefferson because he's not a quarterback. It's like, I don't care, bro. You guarantee him the fucking farm. I don't love that.
Yeah,
but
he may not be a quarterback, but he's also the number 1 receiver in the NFL.
He's the number 1 guy. It's just all these people like the Vikings talking about how they don't want him back, but here's all the players saying they want Kirk. It's like, no, the front office wants him back, but they're not going to let him bend them over a table and pretend he's the only option. Kevin O'Connell knows he had Nick Mullins playing at what most would consider like a Pro Bowl caliber level. We're gonna be fine without Kirk. Would we be better with Kirk? Yeah. But we could go get fucking Sam Darnold and be a playoff team. Our offense is too fucking good. Like, it just is what it is. So yeah, do all the players and do even I want Kirk back? Sure. But if it's Kirk at $50 million or literally anybody else, give me anybody else. Justin Jefferson even said, he's like, yeah, I want Kirk back. But if we draft a guy, if we do whatever, it doesn't matter. I had over 1,000 yards last year playing with 4 different quarterbacks. I'm good. We're good.
It doesn't matter. Just get it in his vicinity. He'll make it happen.
Which I love how he still put Kirk over, put the team over, but he was still like, it doesn't matter to me, dog. Yeah. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Yeah. I'll go be quarterback for a year. Just a year. Maybe 2. If I'm not dog shit. Just a year, win a Super Bowl. I'll be great. I'll be good. Good to go.
It's like I've said, if Baker Mayfield's available, go sign him for $17 million and go win a fucking Super Bowl. Yeah. God, that'd be so hype. That team would be so fucking fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just want 17 mil, man. That's all I ask. 17 mil. Then never have to worry about anything ever again.
Ridiculous. The Vikings, people are now yelling at Kwesi because he's extended the deadline for players' money to void for all to be like the same day, giving him like 2 weeks to like try to work out contracts with guys, and then if it doesn't happen, whatever. People are mad about that for some reason. He's just kicking the can down the road. Yeah, by like 13 days. Shut the fuck up. Like, he's just trying to, like, if we can work something out, cool. And if not, all of it's an issue on the same day. Cool. I just don't understand some things.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Ugh.
I'm not looking forward to going back to work tomorrow.
You didn't work today?
No, it's President's Day.
Oh.
So my girlfriend stuck around an extra day, and it was my mother's birthday yesterday, but we didn't get an opportunity to, you know, cook the steaks that we were planning on, and so we
Didn't
just
get, as in Wonder went to game night on his mom's birthday and ignored her.
no, not necessarily. She wanted to go do stuff
Uh-huh.
with her friends, so
Uh-huh.
that's
Sure,
why we
sure.
chose. So she's like, well, let's just have it for lunch to on Monday, and then we'll watch a movie, and you know, so Aspen stuck around another day, and we had lunch, steaks, and then Aspen went home because she has to work tonight, and my mom and I went into town and had a drink and gambled a little bit, and then I came back and started testing, doing the FEMA tests. It's been a half-ass productive day, I guess.
I don't understand. So people are bitching about the NBA All-Star game again because the players don't try.
Hmm.
Why the fuck would they try? It's a doomed concept to have an All-Star game
Right.
because there's no real way to make it matter enough for the players to be willing to risk their careers with an injury. They're just going to play around and be goofy. It's never going to be a serious competitive game. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Either get rid of it or have basically a field day like the NFL does, where it's not a
Hmm.
real game. You just let the dudes go fuck around because that's funnier.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's not really any incentive, so I wouldn't risk injury or anything like that over nothing, over no incentive.
Valid.
Because, even though you're not having any contact, really, you still can run into people or, go to juke someone out and you roll an ankle and
I mean, it's
yeah.
basketball.
Yeah.
Players get hurt in the games all the time.
Yeah, basketball can be pretty physical though sometimes.
That's true.
People start throwing elbows and, coming down on people after taking a shot or, I've seen pretty physical basketball games. You get those referees that let them play,
Yeah.
and it gets pretty wild. Um, uh, I'm still not even over the first damn cold I had.
So maybe you made us all sick.
Well, I mean, I just haven't been able to shake the random coughs for 3 months now, so pretty
Maybe
sure if
you're the problem.
pretty sure pretty sure if I'd have got you sick, it'd have been a long time ago.
No, you waited because you a cunt.
Like when you and I went to town together and spent a few hours in a car together, that would probably be the time I got you sick, not
Maybe I'm just
going to
now
the bar
sick
playing
from
darts.
that. You ever think of that?
Well, my girlfriend's had less exposure time than you have, and she's getting a sore throat. So that tells me that you guys ended up contracting it at the same time. So, and I didn't see her the same day you did. I seen you, so until the bar, but
Ugh. Yeah, that's not how it works. I don't know what this is for, but it's some delivery. It's just like be aware of a dog at this location. Deliver to the front door. The large boxer is not my dog, it's the neighbor's, and she's very friendly. If you're scared of dogs, get a different job. Cool, your package is going back to the sender.
mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even try. If you're gonna be that douchey, then deuces.
Right. Yeah. My mom was so pissed a week ago. She ordered a new smoker and she wanted an electric one that has like the auger so you can use the pellets and stuff,
Yeah.
things. And she mainly uses that for, making summer sausage and stuff like that. And so she orders this, I don't know, I can't remember how much. I think it was like $400 or something like that. A big old smoker. And uh says a week ago it said her smoker had been delivered, so we go down and, oh yeah, there it is, and then there's this, box that's, you know obviously has a smoker in it, and we're like, man, it's smaller than I thought it would be. And we walked up to it, and I was all, I thought you wanted electric. She's like, yeah, I did. And I was like, well, this one's propane. So she goes, what? And she goes and looks, and is like, I wanted the electric one and the bigger one too. It's the same brand, but they sent the. I was like, well, did you accidentally buy the propane one instead of the electric one? So she went up and looked at her. She had the receipt on her PC, and it showed that she had paid for the larger electric one, which is like $100 more expensive than the one that we got. And so she sent him an email, and it wasn't a very happy email. And so they had the delivery, the FedEx driver or whatever, pick it back up and send it back to him. And then we finally got the one we've been looking for today. But the box that it came in is like falling apart because it's been thrown around and beaten up so much. Um, so my mother hasn't opened the box yet, but she's like, I swear, if this thing's broken in any way, shape, or form, I'm gonna come unglued. And I was like, yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's like, is it that hard to just treat other people's stuff with, respect and
Yeah, it
not
is.
throw shit, you know? Because I've seen and it's always seems to be for us. I know you have problems with the other delivery company, but FedEx always seems to be our issue. They
UPS
always
is fine as long as it's our normal UPS guy.
right, yeah.
It's whenever we get
There's no
not our
phone.
normal guy that there's a problem and my shoes end up stolen.
Yep, yep. And I mean, I know I've gotten at least one guy fired myself, and that's because we used to get Walmart orders. They don't do that anymore. Walmart doesn't allow it to happen anymore, but we used to have Walmart orders, and every single time we'd open up our Walmart boxes, there'd be stuff that dented cans and stuff broken and just leaking all over the place, and I could not figure out why every time we got a Walmart order, it was just like everything in it was just dented up and broken. And so one day I sat downstairs and acted like I wasn't home and watched the guy grab this big old Walmart order, walk over to our front step and just proceed to drop it. And it just goes boom. And I mean, and these orders are pretty heavy,
Yeah.
Um, but still, that's part of the job. You have to set things down. You can't just drop them. And I warned him. I said, "Don't drop stuff." I walked outside and I said, I watched you just drop that package on the floor. Or on the ground, on the concrete, and we've been having stuff broken. And just for future reference, please set them down. If you have to, use the step so you don't have to bend over, or use the table that's sitting right there. Just set them on the table so you don't have to bend over. I don't want you to hurt your back.
Yeah.
He goes, okay, what, what, yeah, I'll do that, seemed to be fine with
He
it. So
didn't
I
do
thought it was
shit.
solved. Nope. Next time he comes to order, there was 3 different Walmart orders, and he dropped every single one of them on the ground, and we had broken shit. Like mom ordered a little perfume thing that was glass, and it was broken, and it covered everything in the box with perfume oils, and so we had to end up like sending the whole thing back. And so I made a phone call to the I think the headquarters is to the east of us in that bigger town,
Hmm.
and so I made a call to them, and they said, okay, well, we've had issues with this person from more than one person than you, so it won't be a problem anymore. And so I know for a fact that he got let go. But then the next guy, I had to get on him because he come flying into our driveway, like burnout when he hits the dirt road and pulls in and slams on his brakes and then peels out, kicking up rocks and stuff. And I had to yell at him because, we have animals, we have young children that are around often, and you can't drive 60 mile an hour into somebody's driveway and slam on the brakes. That's just not okay in my eyes. Because one of these days you can run one of my nieces over or something like that, and that would not be good. Even if you ran one of my chickens over, I'm probably gonna come unglued on you.
Not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Why? Say what?
You'd be more mad about the chicken than your nieces.
No, that's not true. I will kill people for my nieces. I wouldn't even
I
hesitate.
had to make the joke. It was two right there.
Although my nieces are sometimes assholes, I'll still kill for them. So there's that.
Oh man.
Prison isn't that bad of a place.
Yes, it is.
Nah, nah. If you're good behavior, man, not that bad.
Bro's never been to prison.
Been to prison more than most people. Not for myself, but my family. Visiting all
Visits don't count.
you still get to go in and see how things are, and
Except you don't, because you're not
and your,
anywhere where anything normal happens.
yeah, and your family just doesn't tell you about prison. No, they tell you about all the bullshit that happens in there. Especially since I've got some family members that have spent most of their life in there. They'll tell you the do's and don'ts and things that happen and the crazy
Yeah, don't
dramas.
be you, is what I'd have to say about what I see you getting arrested, you're going to prison. What I'm screaming, don't be you. Be anyone else.
I'll probably be in solitary confinement anyway, so they'll be like, this motherfucker crazy. Solitary confinement for you. And I'd be like, all right, yay. My favorite.
Oh man. So Helldivers 2, huh?
Yeah. I don't know why it's fun, but it is. It's just very simple. But also, it's extremely difficult if you're by yourself. Because it's supposed to be like a squad of 4 people. So, and it does adjust a little bit for you because you're only, one person. But thing, you know, you got basically you fight 2 different enemies. You either got the stupid bugs or you got the automatons, is what they're called, I think. And they're
Mm-hmm.
like Terminators. And those motherfuckers have like tanks and shit like that. And especially when the hardest mission I've found so far is when you're trying to escort like scientists and shit because you're in one area and once you start the escort, they start barraging you with waves and waves of automatons, and you don't have enough ammunitions between yourself, even if you have light machine gun, and they just, it's not like the waves stop coming. They keep coming, and pretty soon you're just overwhelmed, and there's nothing you can do about it, and it's rough. But and plus being a low level character also, because there's you can send in turrets and stuff that'll help you, and have airstrikes and shit like that are pretty cool. And but I've just not unlocked those yet because I just started playing it. I'm only level 4. Most of the really good stuff you don't unlock until like level 20.
Dude, I'm sorry. I can't believe the Broncos are about to actually cut Russell Wilson. Dude,
Hey,
that's an $85 million cap hit this year. That is more than half of their cap space to go to a guy who won't be on a team and will likely be on a team in their division.
well,
He's such a Raider.
yeah. I mean, Vikings could pick him up.
No.
What if they do?
Well, I mean, it depends. Because he's making so much from Denver, is he signing here for free? Or like vet min? Because then sure, so here for it.
I mean, like, here's a couple.
Even not vet min, but like here's 10 mil. Sure, yeah. I'm down.
I mean, I could see it where he would be fine with that. I mean,
right? It's possible.
The guy's technically almost getting paid more than most quarterbacks in the NFL, just because he'd be getting paid from 2 different places, and overall he'd be getting paid a pretty good chunk of money. I mean, he might not care where he goes, really.
Right.
Whatever, just offer him something.
Yeah.
The guy's still talented. I just don't think Denver was the place for him.
And Sean Payton, well, they just didn't try to utilize him to his strengths, which is part of what worries me about Minnesota, because, I mean, we didn't use Josh Dobbs to his strengths, and it's kind of similar to Russ, so I don't. Yeah. But, I mean, there is differences there, because, like, Dobbs was there middle of the season in a new offense, where at least if you pick up Russ in the offseason, you're getting training camp and a whole offseason to figure out what works, what doesn't. So there is levels to that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like Russ would mesh better with the Vikings and the community better than he did with the Broncos.
Probably. I'd still rather have Baker, though, if I'm picking a guy.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Give me the Bakemeister.
Baker boy.
Bake man. I want to bake. He doesn't cook, he bakes.
He's a baker, not a cooker.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. I don't know what the Bills are going to do.
Lose.
Yep. I have a feeling. I has that feeling.
Yeah. For sure.
But, I mean, in a way, I guess it does make me feel better that we lost to the Super Bowl champions.
Yeah, you do that every year. Good for you.
I mean, if your side of the whatever would actually fucking compete once, thank you. That'd be great.
I mean, every NFC team that's played the Chiefs has been more competition than the Bills have, so I don't know about that. Fuck, the year everybody cries about the Bills, that overtime year, the Chiefs lost in the Super Bowl.
Right. Yeah.
The NFC seems to be the only side to give them a run for their money, unless Joe Burrow exists.
That's true.
Joe Burrow is Thanos.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. That's another team that's needs some linemen.
Jesus. God, the internet, man. People freak me out. No, another like Amazon driver thing. Just like this request. This item was delivered in the dark at 6:11 in the morning. It's alarming and unsettling to have someone pull into my driveway and walk up to the door at that time in the morning. I had my gun at the ready. Dude, they drive a big truck that's marked with what it is. If you're that stupid, maybe you don't deserve to own weapons or sharp objects.
Right.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally a big ass billboard of who just pulled into your driveway. If you can't figure that out, then like,
not only that, like,
it's not up to the guys
UPS
delivering it what time they get there.
well, yeah, and also, like, for me, they tend to deliver at the same time every time, like within an hour. There's,
Yeah.
they seem because they go through a route basically most of the time,
Yeah.
and a lot of times we get our stuff around 5 or 6. At latest 7 or 8, and that's if they got delayed and the roads are bad.
Yeah.
And if people pull in my driveway when it's dark, I don't first thing go, oh, I gotta go grab a gun. Yeah, I might be on edge or alert, but if I look out there and I see this big old box truck, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, it's the communists are here to rob my house. Like, what the fuck? But I mean, I guess there are some people that live in shadier neighborhoods, but they're pretty sure they're not going to be driving a box truck to rob your house, most likely. Some places drive the weird van thing too.
Interesting. Marvel Studios has reportedly offered Henry Cavill a role, which he has accepted. Superman, Henry Cavill.
Oh.
Or The Witcher.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Wonder what he's going to be. Maybe Cyclops? Sentry would be funny, because that's just like Superman, kind of.
Yeah. Oh. I think the new season of Halo is out.
I still haven't watched the first season, because it wasn't very Halo.
Yeah, you're right, but I still watched it. It wasn't bad if it's just its own thing.
Yeah, but just seeing how he acted, it's like, that's not Chief. Stop calling him or like, I don't know. They're like, well, it's a different universe. It's like, then why is he 117?
Right.
Like, you are trying to set it up as if this is the Master Chief. Mm-hmm. It's not.
Yeah.
Ooh, Henry Cavill is Dr. Doom. That'd be kind of sick. I feel like he could play a cool villain.
I am your doom.
Too bad Thanos isn't around. So we can get that scene from the comics where Dr. Doom, where Thanos is just like, I'm Thanos, I'm the big bad, and Doom just literally rips his spine out of his body. It's like, huh. Doesn't seem like a god to me.
Right.
What is the exact line? Dr. Doom versus Thanos.
Not much of a god.
Yeah. Oh, god damn it. I can't read this. Puny god.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm
a god, you vile creature.
Oh, Thanos was talking about, I'm the guy who assembled the Infinity Gauntlet, and Doom's like, do you have the Infinity Gauntlet now? I do not. Yet I remain Thanos the Great Tyrant, and for you, that will be enough. Yes, he just literally rips his spine and his skull out of his body and goes, that appears untrue. That'll be enough for you. That appears untrue. I love Dr. Doom, man. Oh, that was in Secret Wars, which means they are building towards Secret Wars. We could actually see that. I would pay everything. I would sacrifice my firstborn, your firstborn. Don't care. Whatever we got to give up here. Oh. Yep. That and when the Beyonders ask who dares stand before them, and Doom just says, I, Doom. Because He's a badass. I need more Doctor Doom in my life.
I'll doom you.
Apparently the Fantastic Four has been fully cast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Apparently Vanessa Kirby is going to play Sue Storm. Pedro Pascal is going to play Reed Richards, which I don't exactly know how I feel about that. Joseph Quinn is going to play Johnny Storm. And then The Thing. Have you watched The Bear?
Don't think I have.
You need to. It's really good. It's on Hulu. I don't know if you'd know this guy. Ebon Moss-Bachrach, though, he's the guy who's going to play The Thing. He's in The Bear. No Hard Feelings. He was in The Punisher, but I don't know what he played. He was in Andor. He's been in a lot of stuff. He's going to play The Thing, though. But yeah, so hopefully Henry Cavill's Doom. That'd be pretty dope. I could see Henry Cavill as Doom. That appears
the next Star Wars thing.
Untrue. We're never getting Star Wars. Star Wars is over.
Really?
Nah, I don't know. It just feels like it.
Wouldn't surprise me. It always seems like it's over until it isn't.
I mean, Bad Batch comes out soon.
Yeah, that's right.
This was updated on January. What?
I still got to finish Bad Batch. I only got a few episodes left, but I still got to finish it.
Oh, and then this year we're still getting Tales of the Jedi, Skeleton Crew, and The Acolyte. Andor Season 2 could come at the end of this year or like sometime next year. And then everything else is in development, which is Ahsoka Season 2. We're getting a Dawn of the Jedi movie from James Mangold. Taika Waititi's getting a Star Wars movie. Dave Filoni's doing a Mandoverse movie. Jon Favreau's doing The Mandalorian and Grogu. Rogue Squadron movie. Oh, that one's status unknown. Mandalorian Season 4 and The Book of Boba Fett 2 are both status unknown. Lando Calrissian movies, status unknown. And then presumed canceled are Rangers of the New Republic, Matt Owens' movie, Rian Johnson's trilogy, and then for sure canceled are Kevin Feige's movie and Benioff and Weiss's trilogy. The Game of Thrones idiots.
Yeah.
Which, like, I love that they ruined Game of Thrones just to get kicked out of Star Wars for ruining Game of Thrones. Feels good.
I mean, fair enough.
Feels good.
You don't seem like a good investment after ruining.
Yeah, right. Are you going to give up on the end of Star Wars because you get a Marvel offer? Mm-hmm. So you're just going to cash in the last movie? Like, nah. Customer's total was $21.24. He handed me $21.25 and goes, keep the change. Chivalry isn't dead. I'll tip you a penny, bro. Let's go.
I mean, I've always, I've done that and been like, I don't want my penny.
Yeah, right?
Put it in the penny thing for someone else.
Yep. I don't know what else there is to yell about. I'm sure there's something, but dude, I'm so like dead inside at the moment.
Yeah, you sound like it.
True. Jinxie, I don't know if you've seen him on TikTok or whatever.
Mm-mm.
He's a Rainbow Six streamer who's just like, he's incredible at the game. It's wild watching him to react to people's clips, and he just like tells them how everything's gonna play out before it does. He's like, dude, there's gonna be a guy on the stairs. There's gonna be a guy on those stairs. They whip around, kill the guy on the stairs. Like, I told you. It's pretty fucking funny. But he won up and coming streamer of the year, or breakout streamer of the year, gamer of the year, all this stuff. And he did a video talking about it. And he's like, dude, I streamed for over a year on Twitch to an audience of less than one. Like, it's like, yeah, everybody does that.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta
start somewhere.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Tyrese Halliburton. He's a NBA player. He was born on a leap year, so his birthday is February 29th, which means technically he's 5 years old. Youngest NBA player of all time.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh,
how old are you? I'm 5.
No, dude, so I need you to look up later Tyrese Halliburton on the Pat McAfee show. Dude actually has 2 different voices. He'll just be talking, and then his voice will suddenly go high and then go low, and then Pat McAfee's like, dude, I thought our mics were fucking up. What was that? You have like 2 voices. He's like, people always tell me that. I've never really noticed, though. Because he's still got the 5-year-old voice and he's got the grown man voice, because he's got to be both. Do you remember the video of Henry Cavill? He's doing that one interview, and he starts talking about Warhammer, like Warhammer 40,000, and some other dude at the interview is just like, oh yeah, Warhammer, I love that. I play, what faction do you play as? And they just form this bond while the 2 women are sitting there like, what the fuck just happened? It's like, people don't realize how quick dudes will form like lifelong bonds. Just right. Like, oh, you know about this thing? We're friends now. Oh.
Well, I mean, just look at the friends you've made just streaming.
Yeah.
Like, random guys just pop up in your chat, and then all of a sudden, you've got a strong connection, and you're playing D&D with them, and talk to them on a daily basis, and, you know. So, I mean, crazy.
Fuck, me and Eero started hanging out and talking all because of he made a video talking about like Star Wars episode 1. He was talking about the Phantom Menace and like a what if for it, and I was like, well, I mean, it kind of was that. I mean, it's called the Duel of the Fates because it's the duel of the fate of this child, of the fate of the galaxy. Like, if Qui-Gon wins, Anakin never becomes Vader. Like, he just doesn't. Like, this is that. And, like, that's why me and Eero became friends, was from me making a video just like, no, this is what that means. Hold up. Let me cook. True. I don't know. You got any other words? I'm looking for more words.
Not really. It's been a pretty, somewhat boring last few days.
Oh, so apparently I'm a bad person. So, the Rockies are a problem. I've been talking about how their ownership sucks and they need to sell the team, and how, like, without Shohei being in Denver last year, I wouldn't have gone, and I don't want to pay for anything Rockies-ish. I don't want to give them my money until they sell the team. I'm a bad person because I just bought an Arizona Diamondbacks hat, one of the Rockies' biggest rivals, but it's an incredible hat. Like, it's just so sick. I'm gonna send you a picture of this hat, but apparently that makes me a bad person because I bought this Diamondbacks hat.
Awful. Worst of the worst, man.
Oh, speaking of the Diamondbacks, they beat the Phillies to go to the World Series last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
They made NLCS championship rings. During their series against the Phillies this year, they're handing out replica National League championship rings to every fan who enters the stadium. I think that's the funniest shit. Here you go, bro. This hat. I bought this hat. You can't tell me that's not fucking incredible. You can't.
That is a nice hat. I like the color.
Yeah, right? Like, what am I supposed to do? That and the Rockies didn't do anything cool with their hats
Right.
this
Well,
year.
that's just because the Rockies aren't cool.
Well, I mean, at this point, I guess not. Oh, CBS Sports did a redraft for the first round for last year's draft and left Bryce Young out of the entire thing. You know, the guy who went first overall. They had the Vikings missing out on their two biggest picks, Jordan Addison, and then missing out on Ivan Pace because they both go ahead of them. So they have the Vikings picking a receiver at 23 as Bryce Young passes by. There's no world, dude. I get it. He didn't look that great on the Panthers. The Panthers were ass. There's no world where Bryce Young was there and the Vikings don't go, oh, mine.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh, say what you want about him. It's just like, that doesn't make sense.
Right. Yeah.
Ugh. It's ridiculous. It's a bad lime.
Mm-hmm. The NFL is a weird place.
The NFL is a weird place. Albert Breer said the talk at the senior... this is a fake account. Never mind. I don't buy it until I see the real quote. Yeah, it's like I just start reading the thing and I'm like, ooh, interesting. And then suddenly it's like, oh, wait. Damn.
I know this isn't true.
Well, I'm just going to assume it's not true because that's his whole point. Do you remember Bridget Mendler? She was Good Luck Charlie, the Disney show. She was can't remember her name, but she was like the main character, not Charlie. She was also in like Lemonade Mouth and yeah, so she quit acting and went on to become I think she's an astrophysicist. Well, she's now the CEO as she launches her startup called Northwood Space.
Oh.
Yeah, so wild, incredible.
Extremely intelligent, apparently.
Yeah. So she was an actress for more than just Disney, but also at Disney. She was a singer, a lawyer, and now the CEO of a space agency.
It's done a lot.
Yeah. That's an insane career.
All kinds of shit.
What have you done with your life? More than you ever could dream of. Fucking wild. Ugh. Damn, bro.
Yep.
All right, well, this is going to be kind of a short episode because I got nothing else and my throat hurts, so I'm going to stop talking. Too much yapping. Too much yapping.
Don't want to lose your voice completely.
Right? Maybe I do. Maybe that'd help. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Kind of hard to stream when you don't have a voice.
True. Well, I'm not streaming tonight anyways, because reasons. I tried yesterday, man. Streamed for like 3 hours. I was like, I can't. It's over for me. But
yeah.
All right, man. I think that'll do it for us. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.